Hello and welcome back to the Sunday shenanigans. I'm Anna at my kitchen table, one human speaking to other humans and some robots too, no doubt. Hey, robots. I'm curious. This has been kind of an intense week just in terms of the energetics on the planet. I found out much after the fact that there was a big kind of whiteout in the Schumann resonance early in the week. And I had in my body a whole lot of feeling like inflammation, but without any real provocateur to it, and just feeling a lot of achiness and pain and difficulty sleeping. And last night, just awake for half the night, wide awake. So there's stuff happening here, and I trust that most or all of you tuning into this know about the energetics on the planet and how intense it is right now, and all of the solar things happening, and the polar shifts, and all of it. There's a whole lot happening, and our tender bodies really feel it. This is our a reminder slash invitation to come back to those practices of deep nourishment. And I mean that in the most holistic sense, nourishing the body, but also the mind, the spirit, the heart, the soul, all of that. So I would love to hear what you are noticing. I've just definitely been putting a finger on the pulse, and some people are having tummy issues, vertigo, um, lots of energy, lots of different things happening. But let me know what you're noticing and what you're doing also to support your system. I really want to know that too. I'm noticing, and I haven't talked about this, but I'm also noticing an intensification of the psyop material on YouTube, especially in the spiritual space. And it's fascinating and curious and really clickbaity and good. And also I'm curious about how much it is contributing to the energetics on the planet. There are so many ways to create content. You know, how many of these YouTube channels are actually have any human involvement whatsoever? It's really curious. This is a fascinating time to be alive, kind of terrifying and also fascinating. So, I'm watching that, and I'm I've been talking about, I haven't said so recently, but about the spiritual war that's happening right now. It's a war for our attention, for our energy systems. It's a war for our values, our basically for our soul, essentially, in a nutshell. And these PSYOP YouTube channels and the weird information in the social media land, the chemtrails, like who knows how, like all of these things are affecting our body, basically, is what I mean. And they're all part of something bigger, right? And that's what I've been talking about in terms of the dark night of the soul. The collective dark night is something so much bigger than any one of our individual experiences. And how we navigate our individual experiences impact how the collective experiences the dark night of the soul. So it is so important. I made the yummiest carrot, celery, ginger, and turmeric soup with fresh cilantro blended in and a little coconut. And it was just so good for my body. It was so, so nice. So tell me what you're doing and how you're getting through. And are you also noticing all of these PSYOP content channels showing up? I'm noticing some that are just so cliche and just really speaking, giving like the most kind of cliche spiritual. It's like Cracker Jack spirituality with a little prize in the box, and millions and millions of subscribers. And I'm like, wow, this people are really, really needing to hold on to and to receive genuine nourishment and genuine reassurance that we're going to be okay. And I think that's why I'm here with my little sweet audience. I love all of you, everyone who watches. Thank you so much. If you get something out of this, please share it with someone. Please help me, get this message, this real human to human and human to robot message out into the world. Anyway, I have been talking so much about death in the dark night and how we have to die to certain aspects. And guess what? I'm not going to talk about that today. So, you're going to get a break from death, but I'm sure we're going to come back around because it's pretty much the one of the most important parts, and you cannot skip it. We can't gloss over this. We will be doing Dark Night in an unconscious way. So I'm sure it'll come back, and I hope you'll bear with me. I was guided to speak to a prophetic vision that I experienced at the end of 2021. And of course, everyone would say we were definitely in a dark night of the soul in 2020, 2021, 2022. And the context was, well, first of all, it totally kind of terrified me because it came into my awareness completely unexpectedly. I was in a mastermind, like a business mastermind group, and the facilitator was leading us through a process of visioning for the coming season. And what flooded my awareness was me standing at the edge of a pitch black body of water. And it was huge. And it was like, I can't go around it. I don't know what to do. I can't. It was very clear that there was no circumventing this. This is the descent of the Dark Knight, by the way. There is no circumventing it. You cannot put the brakes on. You cannot go in reverse. You can try. It's not going to work. So I actually shut it down. It actually startled me so much. It was so unexpected that I just kind of got up and I had to walk around and I had to move and I had to shake it off. And I thought, oh God, what was that? And then a couple of weeks later, I got the next part of it because I wasn't ready in that moment to receive the fullness of that vision. So a couple of weeks later, I am confronted again with this body of water. And by now I've processed through that original shock and the fright of it. And I'm ready to meet this. And so it comes into my consciousness again. And I realize that I have to go into this pitch black body of water. If you know me, I was raised in the desert, no water anywhere. Like, I am not a water person. I have a ton of water in my astro chart. But other than that, you want me to get into a pitch black body of water? I don't think so. I'm not doing it. But in this vision, I knew that that was the only way that I could do it, is I had to enter fully. And so I'm standing on the bank of this gigantic lake, kind of this pitch black, like ink lake. And I enter this lake. This is where we're at now, y'all. We're entering this lake. And I go down into this, and it is pitch black. I cannot see anything. I don't know where I'm going. Am I up? Am I down? Am I this way? Am I going right? I have no idea. But what I do know is that there are flashes of light. And this light, like kind of streaming by me, is so beautiful. It's different colors, it's fleeting and ephemeral, it's poetic, it's all of these things. And I knew, like, okay, if this light can be here, I think I'm going to be okay. And eventually I came out. It was a portal. It wasn't a lake. I didn't come out to the other side of the lake. I came through the bottom of this thing because it was a portal. And when I came out the other side, I could see that everything, I could see where I had come from, and it was upside down. And that everything that I thought previously was right side up, meaning correct and proper and the way we do things, everything previous to entering this was the upside down world, was the not right world. And I had mistakenly believed that it was right. And so what made this prophetic wasn't just that it happened during COVID or, you know, that we are in this protracted collective dark night of the soul that I've been speaking about. That wasn't what was prophetic. Within 6 months, my entire life was turned upside down completely and irrevocably. And what I thought was right and true and real and trustworthy and reliable and all of those things, this image of reality that I had created, that I believed in, that I put all of my energy into, was completely wrong. The old life that I had, the day I had those days and that period of time that I had the vision, that's completely gone. I happen to live in the same house and I still have my sweet dog Luna, and pretty much nothing else is the same. I'm not the same. And this is the initiation of the dark night of the soul. This is the confrontations that I've been speaking about over these past weeks. You have to come up against the things that you believed previously so that they can be dismantled. And we're doing this collectively, and we have to do it individually because our individual belief systems that have perpetuated a lot of the toxic power structures that have been extractive. They're still wanting to continue to be extractive, to be more extractive, all of these things. We have to disengage, we have to confront, and we have to decide if we're going to put our energy into those places, into those dogmas, into those structures, those institutions. We have to decide how we're going to proceed, and we have to confront. And so how we show up for this individually is extremely important to the collective. And the invitation, the reminder of my story here, as we enter into this abyss, we've already entered it, and it's hard to see the light, but the light, the love, like those little zingers of colors, like they were literally like pew, pew, going all around. They were so beautiful. There's so much love in this world right now. This is our lifeline. This is your individual lifeline. This is our collective lifeline. There is so much love here right now. Tap into it, express it, be it, live it, call it in, call it out, send it out into the world. I just listened to an interesting, potentially psyop thing on YouTube. I don't know, about over 3 centuries, how all of these church bells were melted down across Europe and, you know, Russia and all of this, and for very different reasons. And what it did was each municipality would have its own frequency because of the bells and because of how they would build the churches, and the churches were healing spaces more so than they were for even worship, but that the sound frequency is about healing. And these church bells were all melted down. They would keep one in a town, for instance, and then they would melt the rest for munitions or for industry or for whatever. And this is what we're facing. We're doing kind of the reverse of this. We have all of these discordant, sloppy, horrendous church bells. We won't even call them church bells. Let's call them corporate bells. Let's call them multinational organizations without any kind of oversight and without an opt-out button. This is the fodder, and they've got all of this beautiful raw material in it. There's energy here, and we get to melt it down to create functions of healing, to create tools that are going to rebuild humanity, that are going to rehumanize humanity so that we can remember our divinity. And whether that divinity is nature, Mother Earth, the stars, cosmos, whether it's God in one of those churches, whether it's the Buddha, whether it's Shiva and Shakti, whatever your version of God is, whether it's the monad, whatever, we are here to remember the truth of who we are and to disengage ourselves from the lies. We need to come back up to the right side up way of being. We need to remember deep in our DNA, I believe it's there, how to human again. And yes, we've lost a lot of humanity in just the last few years, but this has been going on for a really long time. So this is my call to action. This is a super long video. If you stuck it out, like stayed with me the whole time, like you're amazing. I'm trying to get shorter and they're getting longer. But this is your call to action. Remember that love is your lifeline right now. Take very good care of your sweet, soft, tender animal body, as Mary Oliver calls us. And be a force for love in the world. Remember that we came here to love, to be loved, to know love. And through that, we're going to get through this and so much more. We're going to build something fantastic on the other side of this. Many blessings to you.